There are two main kinds of messages or types of messages that all conversations fall into between families and teachers. And they can be categorized as the little graphics on the screen. So we have tennis ball messages and we have slippery egg messages. Now, this sounds a little funny, but I want you to create that visual in your head. Think about when you're tossing a tennis ball. Tennis ball is a nice round ball. You can easily throw it and catch it. So a tennis ball message is words that can be tossed back and forth between parents and teachers. It's easy conversation. It's not something anyone's worried about. It's not tricky or difficult in any way. And these kind of conversations are routine. They set the foundation to your relationship. They are just that conversation we have with people. Some people might say small talk, but it really takes small talk to the next more personalized level because you're speaking specifically about their family or child or the school setting. An example of a tennis ball message would be the conversation at the bottom where the teacher says, "I am so glad Lewis is feeling better today and is back at school." So when the parent comes in, the teacher says that. The parent replies, "Oh, he was so sad about missing school yesterday. We both rested." So it's easy conversation. There's no conflict. There's, just positive, easily construed messages. Now, sometimes we can't have those conversations. Sometimes there's something going on that we need to give tricky or conflicted information to a family. We call this a slippery egg message. I want you to think about an egg and think about that egg as maybe peeled. Have you ever peeled a hard-boiled egg? Easter's coming up, and that egg is slippery. It could easily be dropped, and when you toss it, you have to be very careful. And so when we think about this metaphor of the egg, a conversation with a family about something that could hurt their feelings or something where their child is not doing so well, they might be angry. We have to take care in how we tell it to them, and we have to hope that they gently receive it. And so we usually don't deliver these messages until we've established a foundational relationship. And this usually happens naturally. Usually not on the first day or first week of school do we come to them with some kind of major issue or problem. These usually develop over time. And so we want to make sure we have a lot of these tennis ball messages in place and we set the foundation for the relationship. Then if there does come a day where you have a slippery egg message, the parent will receive it better. They'll trust you. They have a relationship, and then they will maybe catch it a little more gently. So we want to make sure, though, when we deliver a slippery egg message, that we are very specific and we have a goal in place for what we want to come from that conversation. And we'll follow up with that in the next couple slides. An example of a slippery egg message is listed below. The teacher might say, "Lewis is having difficulty staying quiet during nap time." The parent might say, "He doesn't really need a nap. What can he do instead of napping?" So you can see the teacher very gently delivered that Lewis is having a problem at nap time. Didn't say, "Hey, Lewis is being really bad at nap time." It was more, "He's having difficulty." And the parent, they caught that message gently. They said, "I can see how that would happen. What else can we do instead?" Instead of, "Well, it's your problem. He doesn't need a nap anymore." So we want to develop a relationship with those tennis ball messages that when we deliver the slippery egg, we can toss gently and the parent will catch gently. And that's how we communicate effectively through messages. We'll follow this up on the next slide.